Hello, happy holidays and welcome back to my channel. So, in my last video, I made mention of some DIY that I made for my Christmas stockings or holiday stockings outside. So in this item is the picture you're looking at. So I made a hot pot pad, cosmetic bag, which could also be a travel bag, and also scarves. So in this particular video or tutorial, I'll be making the cosmetic bag, which could also be the travel bag, a pencil bag, or a bag that you can just store in some little items. So let's get started. Here are the two pieces I'll be using for my main fabric, 12 inches by 8 inches. Here are the two pieces I'll be using for my lining fabric, 12 inches by 8 inches. Here are the fusible fleece, two pieces, 12 inches by 8 inches. Then you have the strap piece. This is 4 inches by 7 inches. So take your main fabric. You have the right side and the left side. So on the left side, attach the fleece on each of them. Then go ahead and sew it all around. When you're done sewing it, put one aside, take one of it with the face of the right side of the main fabric facing up. Get your 12 inches zipper. Make sure the right side of the zipper is facing the right side of the fabric. Then pick up your lining. Make sure the right side of the lining also is facing the right side of the fabric. So the zipper is in between, wedged in between both the main fabric and the lining. Pin it together so to avoid shifting when you're sewing it. Then you take it to the machine and sew a line from the left side to the right side, just one stitch. So here's the stitched line that I made. You can see we have the zipper in the middle. So I'm going to pull out the zipper and at the same time align the lining fabric and the main fabric together with the left side facing each other, and then the right side of the both of the fabrics will be up. Then you go ahead and do a top stitch on the zipper side. But to avoid the shifting, like I always say, pin it together before you take it to the machine to sew. This will help hold things in place because of the bulkiness of this fleece. So when you get to the machine, always make sure you backstitch a few inches before continuing. So you're stitching using 1/4 of an inch top stitch on the zipper. So when you're sewing and you get to where the teeth of the zipper is, wait, lift your needle up, pull the zipper open, then continue stitching. Stitch the end and back stitch. So here is what the top stitch look like. A 1/4 of an inch top stitch all the way around. Bring back the top stitched side, then go back to the table, get the other side that is not sewn yet, the fabric facing up, turn the right side of the fabric that has a zipper in it facing the right side of the other side. Then you turn the right side of the lining also facing the right side of the one that has the zipper in it. Stitch the both of the sides together. Make sure you're stitching on this other side of the zipper that doesn't have the fabric sewn in it yet. Pin things in place to avoid shifting. Then you take it also to the machine. So here is a finished stitched part. And here's what it's going to look like. So right now the zipper is in the middle. You have the two sides. One side is being top stitched, and this other side is the other side that you just finished sewing. So you kind of pin it together so it won't shift. Then you take it back to the machine and top stitch that new side that you just sewed together. Just like you did to the other side of the fabric, the same top stitch. So after you're done top stitching the both sides, fold the two sides together. So at the edge, at the bottom of the two sides, you pin things together because you have to sew a straight line, a straight stitch on the bottom part of the bag that we're making. So use this pin to hold things together so it won't shift. So here's the finished stitched part of the bottom. Then I went ahead also, I finished the edge. So if you have a serger, you can go ahead and finish the edge, or if you can use a zigzag option on your machine to finish the edge also. So open it up and pull it just the same way you have seen it here. Make sure the stitch part is in the middle. Then go ahead on each corner of this rectangle that you have right now. You will have to measure 1.5 inches on each corner. It's going to look like a box or a square, I would say, on each corner of this rectangle. Just to make sure that things are put in place are not shifting, make sure you all first pin the bag together, because it's going to be a little bulky. So go ahead and mark 1.5 inches on each of the side of the rectangle. Just make sure your measurements are accurate, because if they're not accurate, it's going to affect how the bag looks at the end of or by the time you're done sewing it. So here is the 4 corners of the rectangle, and here is what the marks that I made looks like. So those are the square, 1.5 inches each on each corner of the rectangle. So put that aside. Then take the strap, which is the 7 by 4 inches strap. Go to the ironing machine. I'm sorry. Go to the ironing board and fold it into. Then you fold it also the two parts. You also fold it into two. This is a little bit tricky to explain because I couldn't bring this camera close to the table, but I'm gonna move things closer so I can show you close to the camera of what I'm talking about. It's kind of hard to explain here, so I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer to the camera so you can see it better what I'm trying to explain on how to go about doing the strap. So here it is. Here is a 7 by 4. So you first fold it into, iron it out, then you open Then you see there's a line in the middle. So you fold the right side also to meet in the line in the middle, then fold the left side to meet in the line in the middle. So you have something like this. Then you now fold the two sides together. Then you go ahead and top stitch each of the sides of this strap. So here's what it looks like. So I made a 1/4 inch stitch on each side of the strap. So here it is, and hope you understand. So go put the strap aside, then you come back to this bag, then you cut out those square that we made earlier. Go ahead and cut them out. Then you see the sides that I'm pointing at right there. You go ahead and sew those sides together using 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch. Then go also, when you're done, finish the edges. I mean, you don't have to finish the edges. This is just an option that I usually love to do. So I finished the edges using my serger, or you can use a zigzag option on your machine. Then open up those two sides, or the sides of the hole that you just cut out. Then make sure you pull back the zipper to like into the middle, so it will be easy for you to adjust the sides. So here's what I did to the side. So I pull out each angle of this side and pin it together. So I'm going to do this to the other 4 sides. So I pull it together and pinned it. I think I'll be coming closer to show you better on what I did on this, because I'm not really explaining. You won't be able to understand better because it's hard to see it properly here. So on the side that doesn't, the end of the zipper where the stopper is, you add the strap in the hole on that side of the zipper that has a stopper. So make sure you align the strap to each side of the 1/4 square that you opened. I don't know if this is really, you can really see what I'm doing properly here. So you align the strap on each side, and you're going to sew things apart. Just make sure you pin it in. So here's what I was explaining earlier, and a closer look. So I pull the sides, making sure that the stitch side is in between, or in the middle of each side of those corners. So that's the open part of the zipper, and that's the end part that has the stopper of the zipper, and that is where I put the strap in. So I put the strap in between those two lines. So I make sure it's aligned properly. So I put each side to the end of those cubes that I open. So I'm going to go ahead and sew it close. So here's what I did. I've already sewed the 2 sides, and I also finished the edges of each of them. So actually I sewed the 4 sides, and I finished the edges of each of the sides. You don't really have to finish the edges, and if you don't have a serger, you can use your zigzag option on your machine. So when this is done, go ahead and open up the zipper all the way down, then flip it around inside out. Switch, the main fabric will be turned out. Now at this point, you're done with the bag. So what you're doing is you're just turning out the corners so you can see the shape of the bag properly. So that's the end of the tutorial. If you have any question, let me know, and I can easily explain to you. So here is the 360 degrees video of the bag. So I hope you like it. And you can easily do a lot with this bag. You can change the size. You can add more fleece to make it bulkier. And there's much more stuff you can do with it. So here are some other colors that I made for my Christmas stockings. Thanks for watching this video today. You can like, share, and subscribe. So until we meet in the next video, stay blessed and have fun. Bye.